Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Deborah, and here is my chunky journal that I made. So I'll show it to you, but I'll also let you know that I ended up taking 2 of the signatures out because I just couldn't even open it. So it was probably a bit silly to have such a large journal, but it's been fun doing it, and I will use the other 2 signatures to make another journal, a smaller one this time. But I wanted to show you it anyway because it is, as I've said before, absolutely massive. That's what I ended up doing on the front cover. And then what I did with the back, let me just open the ribbon up. What I did with the back and the outside is I used those Tim Holtz dolls that I had done a while back. There's a bit of washi on there. I just pulled that off his foot. So I used those across the back after I decorated the back up. And it actually looks quite nice sitting up on the desk like that. So I was quite happy with the outside. So on the inside, this is what it looks like. It will open up quite well actually when it's lying flat on the table, but I probably need to take this off. I put one of the houses here because obviously when I took the extra signature out of here, and I also took one out of the center, I had a big piece here, and I did put that on, but then I realized afterwards that the button is actually right in the line of the fold. So I'll leave it for now and see how it goes. So I still have a couple of things to pop into some of these. I've just got this one here. I did want to put him in, but he's a bit fat for there. Hang on, here's the smaller one. I think I can put this one in. Yep. That's good because I hadn't put one in there yet. And then I think you saw this yesterday. I've added quite a bit in today. So I think that was done, that was done. I ended up putting that one in there, which I think I showed you already. And this morning I put this here. This is a little frame thing that I had done. And then over the page, I ended up sticking this envelope in. There you go, that's a Tim Holtz journal card. And I think this will fit in here. In fact, I'll put it in the other way so it actually goes in. There you go. So I've got another envelope in there, which folds over. And then here I did another one of those little Spanish cards. And this is just a piece that I had from a book. It's just a floral botanical thing I had from a book. I ended up putting this one in here. That's another little thing. Oh, I've got a little leaf caught there. And then we've got this one. So I laid this paper down and then I put this thing over the top of it. And I've just slid that in. That's one of the pieces that I did with the 49 and market. Actually, it's not very straight. I'll have to cut that down later. I've not done anything on that page yet. This is my locked letter in a little envelope. This is a little flip up that I did, little pocket, and I've put both a wine label and another little journaling card from Tim Holtz in there. And then here, this is a pocket that I made ages ago, and it's actually double-sided. So it's got had a flap on it, which I stuck on this page. And in this side, I've got this little piece that I did and a tag. I'll just pop those back in. And then on this side, I've got a tag, and this was something that was made for me, a little journaling spot thing too. And here I've put a little paper clip to hold that. That was already done, but I've just put a paper clip to stop it flapping when I open it up. This was all done. I added another postcard in here. But other than that, I didn't do anything else. And that hasn't changed, neither is that. So I think this is where I took that signature out from here because it was just too big. And here, oh, I did make that little pocket, but I've put this little thing on it and then put that little postcard or envelope thing I've done in there. This here was a piece that I had, and I ended up making a pocket out of it, and then I put this thing in here. So I popped that postcard sort of thing in there because it seemed to fit quite well. That's another one. That's the center. I've done that. Yep, did that yesterday. And then moving on, I don't think I've changed anything here. I have put something else down here. So just another little pocket with a journaling card in it. Nothing there, nothing there, and this one here, oh no, I'd already done that, yep, okay, moving on. Now I put a little tuck spot here and that envelope in there. I've also made that into a pocket and put my Art by Marlene piece that I did in a class. Pop that in there. And then on this side I've got a fold out pocket, if I can get it to fold out. Let's see. There you go. I might have to stick that down now because it's just gotten stuck where I've joined it. I haven't opened that before, but I'll put a bit of washi on there. You won't really notice that. I also haven't put anything in these little things. I don't know why. Must have forgotten. Put one in there and I'll find something for that one afterwards and fix that up. So that just folds over, mainly because I didn't want to cover the picture of the bird. And this is a little triple pocket, or yeah, triple. So I've got one at the back here. It's a journaling card, a little thing that was gifted to me. And then that little book that I made the other day, which fit in there really well. And then nothing here. I was going to put something there. I don't think I ended up doing that. I made a pocket out of this for a tuck spot and put that envelope in. And this I just laid down because it was pretty and I wanted to cover the top, not the bottom of this particular paper. I've added this into the belly band. So with this one, I've got something in a little envelope there with something in it. And these are just tickets. So if I want to take these out and use them, I can. They're just cut with the Tim Holtz ticket die. Here I made a pocket with this postcard that I had. This is the Tour de France, so that's why I made the thing with that, because I liked that. And then I added that head in, and you can see that she is a lot bigger than the lady whose head was missing on here. But I thought it looked a bit weird anyway, so I just made it a bit weirder and popped that in there. I've got a paper clip thing I did with some milk buttons, Tim Holtz milk tops here. And on this side, I had actually done this sort of little pockety thing here, but it hasn't stopped correctly. It hasn't worked. So I want to just push this down because I've got something that was in there. I wondered why it fell out, and now I know. But I may as well just push this on here while I'm doing it. Just put a bit more on there as well so it sticks it down. And I might have to put another little bit on this end too so it sticks it down properly. Right, and then what I had in there was the pension book that I made ages ago too. So I haven't stuck it on this side here, just the top and bottom. It's probably why it didn't stay in place. You can see it poking out there. And then I put another little one of those frames that I had made on the back here. And then that's it. So it will all close up. It's still super big, but I think that it's good for me to have this because it kind of shows me all these different things that I've made. Now my question is, what am I going to do with all the leftover ephemera? And I think that the answer is going to be, I'm not sure what that is. I've got this cover. It's an old cover from a book and it's like in pretty rough shape, but it is cloth. And then on the inside, it's a bit of a mess as well. But I figure that I can make this into an ephemera folder. So I haven't made an ephemera folder before, so I'm not sure how they're meant to be. But I think it's just something to hold your ephemera in. So I'm hoping I can do some justice to that today. I have my tape. This is just some bookbinding tape. It's really heavy duty. Now I'm putting down some tape in the center just because the spine has sort of got cuts and things on it where I've taken pages out of this book. So I've just run this sort of really heavy duty tape down that, and now I want to cut it off to start with. Let's just chop this off. I do want to probably put something on the cover as well, make it a bit prettier. And I suppose I have to. And I'll chop this off the bottom. It's more about the inside. It's really to store the rest of these bits and bobs that I've got here that I haven't yet used. At least then they'll be in one place and I can open this up, or that's the theory, that I can open this up and it can be, you know, I can have all my ephemera in here. Now, from what I've seen, I remember ages ago, like couple of years probably, looking at people doing ephemera folders. And I know that a lot of people use like a baking paper or something like that. And I'm not going to use that. I'm going to do something different. I'm just wondering if I even need to put anything in here, or if I can just put my things straight down on top. So what I'm going to use are these cellophane bags, because I've got a lot of them, and I have a lot of them in different sizes as well. So I thought they might be the go. But as I said, I don't really know until I do them. I think I do need to put something down on this paper. Seems a bit pointless to have it looking quite ugly when I want it to look pretty. I have this piece, which is the back of a Stamperia paper. Maybe I'll just put that sort of straight down there. So I've put that one piece of paper down, and I put it right through the spine as well. I don't think it matters that I've done that. And now I think I'm going to put some things down. I'm not really sure, because as I said, I've not done this before. These are little bags that I store things in, but it sort of had them in there, and I've run out of whatever was in here. Oh, that's right, it was some of the Tim Holtz ephemera. And I've got, you know, hundreds of these little bags, so using them and experimenting with them doesn't really bother me. I also have some tall ones, and I thought for things like that, maybe it's an idea to put down some tall things as well. Let's see what I've got, like these little folded pocket things. And I guess the question is, am I going to do like for like, or am I just going to randomly put things down and hope I've got something to put in there? So for example, they don't fit in that one. They won't fit in that one. But something like that will, except it's not tall enough. Or do I just leave it that height and have it sticking up? Do I cut this off? Or do I tuck that in? I don't think the sticky is working on there anymore. No, it's not, because it's been open and shut so many times. Maybe I should try and trim it off. I just have a feeling it's not going to be easy to trim off though. That's my only problem. Let's try it and see. Oh, okay, well that kind of worked. And if I pop this in and slide this down, then I guess I can put a few more things in there as well. I don't think I want too much in there. Now I need my double-sided tape, which I think is under here. Yep, there it is. So just put some double-sided tape on the back. And I might put this up here because it's quite big. So if I put it up there, I can put some other things underneath it then. Now I need to find more things that are going to go in there, of course. Well, not necessarily, but you'd think you'd want more than one thing in there, wouldn't I? So I have to find more tall things, and that is not big enough. And I had that belly band before, and I'm wondering if that would go in here. Doesn't have to be all the same thing, I don't think. What about that? And I can just kind of put those sorts of things in there. As long as I can get them out, although that's possibly sticking up a bit high. I've got that other one here too, so maybe the belly bands, I should get a slim pocket thingy and put those in. Then I've got like little things like this. And I also have these, which that's got something in it. Oh, okay. So I'll take that out because I haven't put that into a journal. I think I was going to use that yesterday. But I can put one thing down here like this if I have that there. and then I can put some little things, like little things across here. And clearly I need to do the page on the other side, because I thought that I would have quite a bit in here and this would be enough. Now I'm not terribly sure. That's not going to fit in there. No, it's too thick for that. It's too big anyway. But if I've got little things down here, if I've got these little tickets, now if I cut that off, let me just see. I'm just going to cut it off while it's folded over. And then take the sticky off. That was much easier than doing it any other way, I think. I probably don't want them like up against each other like that, or I'm not going to be able to get my hand in and take things out, am I? So this has got a whole heap of little pre-cut tickets in it, but I can add other things in here as well. So I'll add this in, double-sided tape on it. So my aim with this would be to add things in here, but not to try and build it up too much. I really want to be using what I'm making, because clearly I make a lot and therefore I need to keep using it, or I can use this as a source for my happy mail. That might be another thing that I can do. Having got a lot of it into the journal, it can be like my go-to when I'm wanting to pick some happy mail. So like even this would possibly fit in here. Yep, that would fit in there. And I've got some other little things here. So I've got another little ticket, which is good that I didn't put it up too high, because that fits in. A little tag. Got heaps of things on the table here that are going to fit in. Oh, hang on, here's another little ticket. And even these would possibly fit in there as well. And they do. And here's a little teeny tiny baby ticket that I can put in there. I do have a lot sort of these things, so I'll have to find a little slip, a sleeve that will fit these types of things in here, because I seem to have a whole heap of these still. I made a lot and I've been gifted a lot in that sort of size, and so that's why I think that I need to be looking at doing those into one little pocket. So I've got them all together. That's another little ticket thing. That's a Tim Holtz one, but it can still go in there. And see what else I've got here. That's probably a bit big for there. Yeah, that might be a bit too big. I'm kind of going to go with the littler things. So I'm going to cut this again while it's still closed, because I think it can be cut a lot straighter and easier if it's closed like that, and then pull the piece off. And I think that these are going to fit in there perfectly. And by having it in this one thing, maybe it will limit how much I actually keep without using. That's the plan anyway. I think these will still fit here if I do another little pocket, if I don't put that one too low. Maybe even those. I'll have to go and find another cellophane bag. I don't think these ones are big enough. Well, it might be. Let me just measure that. That will be big enough actually. I'll get a cleaner one. That one looks a bit dirty. Not dirty, but just got a bit of rubbish in there. This one fits as well. So I think I'm going to put this one in here too. Let's trim it off again. I guess if you don't have any of the cellophane bags, you could make some with the baking paper or something like that. But I'm lucky because, you know, I have them for the Etsy shop and also for sorting and things like that. I've kept a lot, which now I've finished those things, the pieces that were in there, I've used them. I now don't need them anymore, so I can repurpose them onto this. And I'm not going to use that many on here anyway. Put all these little envelopes in here. And at least I'll know where they all are. I did use a fair few of these, I think, in my other journal. And then I think that's it for today. Then I'm going to sit down and I'll probably do the other side, sort through the rest of the stuff that's left on the table. There is not much now. Make that other journal with the 2 signatures I pulled out, and then I'll be done. I'll be all tidy again. My desk will be clear and I'll have a go-to folder when I'm looking for pre-made things. So this is not for things, although I do have that little Tim Holtz piece in here somewhere. This is not really for ephemera, like purchased ephemera. This is kind of when I've made things and I haven't yet used them, or I've been gifted things and I haven't yet used it. Then I can, you know, put them into this folder, and I know that where to go to when I'm looking for things that like that. And as I said, I do have a long skinny piece, a long skinny pocket, so, and that's going to be the perfect size. So I'll probably put that one in there in a moment. I just need to find some more paper and put down. I might just use a piece of scrap. I've probably got some more of that Stamperia paper somewhere that I can use, or you know, the cover of one of the paper pads or something. It doesn't have to match. I don't care if it matches this one here. So if I do that, then I think it's fairly organised. And as you can see, when I lift it up, nothing moves. You can see it there. I've got the 4 things in, and then I can close it up. If I want to, I can stick another page in here to have front and back. Or the other thing is I could use the front cover as well. But I think I'd rather have them in here closed up like this. I just have to find a bigger piece to put them all in, so that I've got them sitting in there. And whatever else I've got left on the table that I've pre-made, I can pop in here. So that's the plan. It's just to work through and finish off this ephemera folder with the pre-made stuff that I've got. And then hopefully I can keep the pre-made stuff under control a bit and send it out as happy mail or use it in my journals. And then I've got another, you know, another little place here as a go-to. And I think that that will be fine. So next week, I will move on to something, and I'm thinking of something a bit different. So certainly not another journal, because I'm a bit over sewing signatures in this week, but I will be moving on to something else, and hopefully you'll join me then to see what I do next week. Thank you very much for watching. This is Deborah. Cheers.